I cracked the code to becoming a better marketer when it comes to telling stories. Now, we've probably all heard that storytelling is such an important part of your marketing campaigns, right? And this has always been tough for me because for the last 3-4 years, I've made a concerted effort to become a better storyteller in my marketing because up until, even today still, I've struggled with storytelling, right? But you hear it all the time. If you want to sell courses, if you want to sell information, share your story, tell your story. And it makes sense, right? Our brains are naturally hardwired to be receptive to stories, to remember stories. It goes back to the days of, sitting around the fire and the cave paintings and all that, right? We're just hardwired to be receptive to stories. But I always struggled with how to put a story into a marketing message. Right. And I think a lot of folks, maybe you as well, are kind of feeling the same thing. It's like, okay, I get it. I got to share my story, but how? Well, that's what I'm going to share with you in this video because I've developed a framework. It's a path to becoming an expert storyteller. And this is not something I created to educate or to create a YouTube video. This is something I created because I needed to understand the path. Because every time I go on YouTube and Google, how do you tell better stories in your marketing, I always get some guru, I get some expert, and he has a lot of views on his video or whatever, but he lays out a framework that just doesn't make sense to me. Basically, I can't apply it to my business and my story. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you down this roadmap that I created for myself. It's the roadmap for marketers, how to get all the way to phase 5 where you're an expert story-based marketer, because I really think when you can nail that, it unlocks the key to unlimited riches. So there's 5 phases here. And in phase 1, get some freaking content out there. Like if you're brand new, if you just started marketing, if you just became a digital marketer, if you just created your own offer or you became an affiliate for something, just get some freaking content out there. Like don't overthink it. Just start getting comfortable with flipping the camera on. This is super important to me when I got started because I was scared to create content. My history is in blogging, right? Anonymous blogging nonetheless. So I was really kind of nervous to put my face on camera. So what I did is I waited until my wife took my kids, or our kids, I should say. Gosh, better edit that one out. My wife took our kids to my parents' house for the week. And that was what gave me the confidence to flip on the camera because I knew I had the house to myself. There was nobody to listen to me. And I did. I set the camera up and I hit record and I looked like a hostage. It was terrible, but I started getting content out there. So in the beginning, just get some freaking content out there. Post anything. Like be aware of your target market. Stay within your niche, but just go out there and model what works and do that until you feel a little bit more comfortable flipping the camera on. And then you're ready to move to phase 2. I think phase 2 is how-to content. Where you give tips and tricks and step-by-step stuff. This is really easy to conceptualize. Okay, what do I need to do to get X result? Well, you need to do these 3 things. All right, let's create a video. How to get X result in 3 easy steps, right? So that gets us a little more comfortable and confident in creating content that is not just modeling other content. We can put our spin on it. We can put our take on it. We can add elements that worked really well for us and take out elements or explain why certain elements were not as effective as we'd hope. We can go out into the social media and kind of learn, do, teach, where we watch other videos and see what kind of tips and tricks videos are not only accurate, but are getting views, and we can recreate them, but put our spin on it. That's phase 2. Once we kind of nail that and we feel comfortable getting how-to content out there, then we're ready to move on to phase 3. And this is when we really start getting into more of a storytelling framework. And I like to think of this as kind of likes, right? What is it kind of like? Well, kind of like is when you take something that your target market probably doesn't understand because they need to buy a course or something in order to understand it, but you relate it to something that people do understand. It's kind of like this. So as a result, they very quickly understand the thing that they didn't understand. And I use this a lot in affiliate marketing. I used to teach people how to do affiliate marketing because that's how I got my started. That's how I made my first 7 figures, is promoting other people's products. So what I would do is I would teach beginners what affiliate marketing is. And I would say, it's kind of like when you go to a restaurant, right? You go to a restaurant, have an experience. If you like it, what do? You turn around and you tell other people. You tell your friends. You tell the people who are walking in, oh, it's going to be great. Right? Well, that's kind of what affiliate marketing is, right? You just find great products, great services, great courses that you like. And you turn around, you recommend them to people and tell people why you like them. You get them excited. You increase their desire to go have the same experience. But with affiliate marketing, unlike the restaurants, when you promote other people's products this way, you get paid a commission, right? And that's how I would explain affiliate marketing. We can use metaphors, comparisons. We can speak in pictures to spark imagination. This is really powerful. If we can, instead of just teaching people how to get a result with step by step by step, if we can instead say, all right, what I want you to do is I want to imagine that you are sitting down at the computer, right? And blah, 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 blah. Basically, you just paint a picture for them. That's phase 3. Now, phase 4 is where it gets really interesting because this is true storytelling frameworks. But what we're still going to do is we're still going to establish our authority by helping people. And it's as simple as I did, right? Once we've gotten some results, then we can switch to I did, right? So, for example, if you go back to the beginning of this video, I said something like, I figured out how to. Right? Instead of saying how to or how you can, which is not as engaging from a social media standpoint, right? We get engaged with social media content because someone's telling us a story and we lean in, right? So I said, I figured out something. I don't remember exactly what I said in the beginning of this video, but if you scroll back and watch, I started with an I did. Now I'm actually teaching you through the journey that I went on, right? This could apply to anything, right? Like I lost 10 pounds doing this counterintuitive thing. The first thing I did is cut out dairy. The second thing I did, right? So we're still teaching. It's the same format as how-to content. But what we're doing is we're sharing our journey through it in order to teach. And that's what gets people to think, oh my gosh, that's amazing. That story was amazing and you got results. I want to do the same thing. That's how we tell stories, to get people to follow in our footsteps. So they end up buying our program, our coaching program, our course, or our community, or whatever it is that we're selling. Now, phase 5 is master storytelling, and that's for another video. And quite honestly, I haven't figured it out quite yet, right? Phase 5 is when you can take any story, right? Not just stories from your history, but take any story, right? About the Toyota Motor Company or the Tony Robbins or landing on the moon or the president or whatever. We can take any story, create some compelling content, and then shift it to match our offer. When we can do that, that's when we're in phase 5. I'm still figuring that out. I've been practicing, and I think that's the key, is practice bringing elements of this advanced storytelling strategy into your marketing, even if you can't completely do it. Because what happens is you could go out there and for the next 6 months study phase 5 here. Find the best storytellers, the Ben Settles of the world, right? Find the best storytellers. And then what's going to happen is when you go implement it after 6 months of studying, you're gonna open up the email or flip the camera on and you're going to draw a blank. So the best thing to do is practice bits and pieces along the way. That way, when you are through the first 4 phases and on to phase 5, you've got some practice. You've started to find your voice with regards to this storytelling at scale, so to speak. And what I mean by that is when every story that's ever been written is at your disposal for the purposes of marketing your course, that's when the magic happens. So this is a video I created off of inspiration from a call I had in my mentorship community today. It was pretty amazing. If you are a digital marketer, whether you're selling courses, either as an affiliate or with master resale rights, or selling your own courses or programs or coaching offers, or even if you have something like a school community and you want to come in and learn stuff like this, I have a 7-day free trial to the community link somewhere around this video. That's so you can just come on in and see for yourself. I don't want to sell it to you. I just want you to come in and experience it free for 7 days. If you like it, stick around. It's only $97 a month. If you don't like it, just cancel. Super easy to do on school. You don't even have to reach out to me. Just go to your settings and cancel the membership. If you do that before the 7 days are up, you won't be billed, but I think you're going to like it. And at the very least, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you out on your journey to become a better storyteller, because it's important. It's the difference maker. And as social media platforms evolve more, it's going to become even more important, because we already know modeling content doesn't work like it did in 2022.